Hey guys, Georgia and I just played a kadoban game, and we're going to review it. Something different from my perspective. um, my students, yet again, for my birthday recently, they did it last year also, gave me a chunk of money suggesting I invested in Go lessons, uh, which helps me, helps them, all this kind of thing, helps YouTube. So last time, anyway, what I did in this game is something I haven't done in a long time. And let's just kind of discuss what that is. So for me, a regular idea, I'm white. Well, now I'll either settle here or take my corner, whatever, it doesn't matter. Why did this? Um, I guess the premise is as long as you play a big move, everything's fine. And there's something true about that. But there's another thing, and that's what we'll be discussing in this game, is this other perspective. Okay. Like to play. Here's the normal move. Why should I play it? Is there a reason to play it? So this is the difference. This is how I normally play. You settle your group. Is there a problem with that? Well, no, but it might not be the biggest place to play. So I see a very large open top area, and I'm imagining this sort of picture. We'll just put it like this. The top's really nice for white. I've done something special. So this is how I played this game. Okay, so let's see how it goes. I played here. He comes out. I think that's appropriate. I start building my top. I might decide to build a wall. I might decide to grow. I might decide to heck with the top. I'm going to develop the left. I don't know yet. This exchange will be telling me. He comes in. I come out giving him 2 week groups. He now has to decide which group needs more help. I think the B stone. Normal everyday Q players think, oh, I better defend B, and they're often wrong. But in this case, I think there's lots of room on top for white. So let's have a look. Uh, George, did you have any specific fear? Like,
No, I didn't have any fear. It was more that I felt that because my bottom right group is so strong, that the right's less interesting and the top's more has more
I
potential
see.
than the right. That's why
Interesting.
I played there.
So he's kind of doing what I'm doing. He's saying, A, let me put in a C and put a C there. Being low and settled suggests that D is less interesting, and therefore I'll play on top. Okay, I hadn't imagined you thinking that way. I sort of disagree because C and D are so far apart that I don't see any sort of overconcentration or anything like that. Okay, so he comes out, I surround, he goes for life, and again, my normal play is, well, as long as I just settle, everything will be fine. What I'm doing today is, well, the right is a small area. I want him to take it, so I'm not going to save my cut. So I'm choosing a perspective of my 2 A stones are out and my 2 B stones are helping them be perfectly healthy. So I don't need anything there. On to the next area. I'm kind of thinking now, let's have black play anything like this. I don't like my A stones. They're not doing anything. They're not attacking anything. They can't grow. I don't like this. So I decided to make this thing happen. my normal idea. I'm going to go this way in order to have a nice settled group here. Nice sized corner. And indeed, that's fine, generically speaking. But I'm thinking, well, let's start applying more straightforward. It's the corner that's smaller and the outside. An outside panuki, that's to me what's bigger. So I did that. Lives in the corner. I take. He gets sente.
I nearly played
Notice,
it f3 instead because I wasn't quite sure how big the left was if you played
yeah.
c6. It doesn't seem too
So
big.
he's thinking, is this big for white? In sente, yeah. Should I play here? These are good questions. Notice he's not starting an attack. I may well ignore. So we're both trying to keep our eye on the ball. I haven't done this in so long, way out of practice. And now, I'm not about to defend the upper right because I don't feel as though I'm doing anything. So I approach. The idea being, how do I want to settle my A-stones? What's the most efficient way? He plays here. We have to ask ourselves, does this bother me? No? I might decide to get out, but it's a small stone and I don't care much about it. Okay. So I said, well, how about here? Settle my group and I have a perfect F3 in place. So I liked it.
In retrospect, I think the cut is inconsistent with my J17 stone. Because earlier I said that the top's bigger than, and the right's not so big. And then it seems like I'm changing my mind after cutting.
Yeah. This move says the right's important and I'm going to start a fight.
Yeah.
Hard to think of it as real bad. But I think maybe on the bottom you can do better. Even just this, any sort of attack on either side, white has two problems. There's a lot of questions here that we're not qualified to answer. So I play here, captures. If I was going to capture, I would do it this way. I really want white to be playing stones on the right because it looks so silly if white does. That's actually kind of a big difference. Does that make sense, George?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I get a nice Atarian, which is just sente to help my top area, and then settle here, which grows
And
the bottom.
so, and I guess now I really am over concentrated, right? I have strong group next to strong group.
Yeah. And for
Well,
any viewers,
there is 5 spaces between them.
yeah, there is five, but still, this great strength right next to this great strength, just I can't see any way it can't be over concentrated.
Yeah.
If instead you had played this way, and I do whatever I do, and then you start the attack, you're not over concentrated, you're growing wonderfully. Yeah, big difference. So the capture is poor. Yeah. Settle my group here. All Joseki. And he comes in. I actually haven't had this played against me in a long time. I always play it on other people. I'm like, this might be a good idea. So in regards to what white is thinking, in general, what things stand out? To me, this stands out. How much of an attack is this against black? Well, I think black can ignore and you'll be fine. Still, I'm coming up with an attack here, growing as I do it. So I like this spot, but I'm not ready to do it right now. Especially since this is not even a hint of sente, seems to me. Next, we have growing, but black just kind of nipped that. And what I really want to do is somehow attack this group. But at the moment, it's very easy for black. So I spent some time on the clock and finally decided, let's just play Joseki. This is all Joseki. White, black took all the points. White got serious thickness and center. And if I want, I can also grow the bottom. So now I'm thinking if black comes out, there's a definite feeling of sente, and my new wall is being negated. So I don't like that at all. So work with my wall, start thinking about reducing the right. And the higher I get here, let's make it a serious wall, the more I'm thinking of attacking in a vicious way. And that's not vicious swap, it's vicious way. Nice, it's a French attack. Okay. So when I see this white stone, it makes me think about the top more, trying to get ready to attack the top. Black plays a big move. Start coming into the center, stop white's pinch. I think it's potentially slow, but I see a lot of meaning in it. And I go to the trouble to play this. I'm really curious. Is this slow? Is this huge? On the one hand, my thickness here is so helpful. For instance, Atari, capture. There's no cut here. I just have them in a net. Well, that makes it a very thick, strong situation. Next, I can hop on down. Black doesn't like that. Black doesn't do anything. Tari. And even later, this stuff starts becoming nasty. So there's Aji here. So I like that. So my Aji on the right, thickness in the center, getting more prepared to attack on top and building with my bottom wall. So I would play it again. George, did you have any feelings that it was slow or it scared you or you?
No, I was surprised when you played it. It looked slow initially, but I like it a lot now. And that group kind of became a bit squeezed later, didn't it? So I like it. Yeah.
Okay. That comes up and peeps.
Mm-hmm.
Now, something Q players need to get a handle on. This move is worth how many points? Nothing. Not even one. While black is doing things. We do not want to save unless we have to. My normal teaching style, when I'm, just teaching Go, I'm like, okay, I'll get strong. White's really nice, and we'll see what black can do. And it's a really excellent teaching tool. What should black do in this case? How do, But for even game, and I'm just not used to doing this, it feels so funny to do it after so many years. Like, well, I'm fine on the right. I have this gorgeous Panuki that's really hard to hurt. So if I simply come out, I'm getting points as I do the attack I've been so interested in doing. So it becomes a perfect move, really suggesting that black should be playing something up top so that the peep would be absolute sente. Here, black comes up. And I play here because my top group looks bad. Not that I can't live, but it's just small, pitiful. But if I play this first, I'm just come out and attacking two groups. So we see the benefit of this move. Makes me stronger, once again, it's difficult to cut the two groups apart. And I'm continuing my attack. Black plays here. I like it. Points. It's good points. I can go all the way to here. He's got no points. And it's almost like my next move is Sente. So big, that bothered me. It looked big. And for the first time, my A group is becoming suspect. My response, come on out, which of course totally hurts A. I can't be cut now, which means I've totally defended my B group. And I'm taking points at A. Basically, it's a captured A stone. So how many points is that? 5 at least. And I'm seriously attacking the C group. So this DE exchange is interesting. We both get something we want. I think it's better for white. White E is very active. Black D is just finish something. Doesn't really have a next move. My regular idea, of course, we'll just save our cut and let black do what he wants. It's a great teaching style. Black is to go, oh, and then I play here. Yeah, see how you're developing your group. Everything's fine. But, so, okay, this takes no points at all. 0 points. Is there something else I can do? Yeah, I can come into the corner. Holy cow, that's huge. And saves the cut. Or at least makes it so the cut's not difficult. So this is a really good definition of simple go, that's what I teach. It's pretty much basic simple go. And not until the student gets minimum 1 done, usually 2, 3 done, is when I start teaching this. But I haven't had a 2, 3 done student, well, 1 or 2 this last year, getting back into it. But in years, I don't know. There's a lot of questions there. Anyway, I play this way. He comes down. I fixes the cut. Is that true? No, I am cut. But I can live on top. Is this correct? I had it all read out. But now I'm thinking it's a little more difficult than I thought. Yeah, now I'm wondering. Okay, he comes out. I decided this was real Sente. I mean, it's big, gives me the life I want. And my Atari, the next move, really big, starts bringing this Aji up into play. He agrees and defends. And then I realize, I'm really not settled yet. Now I'm not cut. Okay. So kind of comes back to this. What if you cut right now? Did you consider it?
Not seriously, no. I think I also thought you could just live on top.
Yeah.
But I'm also not
living on top. There's questions about there's questions about there's questions about life and death. We'll just avoid it and say it turned out okay for white. Black turns. I assume this is because this bothers you.
Mm-hmm.
Something here bothers you. And granted, there is Aji there. And this is big and it does bother white's group. a little bit. I would have to say it's too small. It's just not doing enough, seems to me. I get the big move in and then walk away. A is a pitiful second line. I'm not doing anything. We're just finishing up things. So B is just a free move and has already helped me hurt the right side. So that exchange, good for me. I can go about my business. And I'd say, okay, bottom's big, Atari. And he starts in. Of course, if I just take my points, he gets as many as I did. So I have to come out and start the fight. Well, let's just put it in. So he has some gaps around A. That's going to help white. He can't cut at B. Corner's awfully big. Now, at some point, he might hand the corner away if the cut's big enough. But at the moment, I don't buy it. So I come out, and it's besides, I can always play this side if I change my mind. So at the moment, we're fine. So the thing to notice here, he has a weak C group. Yes, but it's a wide open center to run to. This is true, but he also has a weak D group. So it's an interesting time. A pro would be able to tell us things like, oh, C should be in such and such a place instead. Or, oh my God, you're only, what, Don? I mean, this is professional move. This is so amazing. He would be able to tell us a lot about it. But I come out, he comes out. I liked this move. It helps me jump out. Let's just say let's pretend he fixes. I can jump way out here because of my cute little diagonal move. And if he tries to stop me, then I can come on in and disrupt him. So I like this little move. So in this position, my new or my very old thought, back when I was a good player, you have to think about these things. I'm seeing the gap, right? I'm like, well, threaten the gap, threaten to get out better. Place here, which I thought was a good response. White, of course, is thinking, okay, when is this going to be a good time? When can I do this? I didn't see a rational continuation. So I thought, let's take some points. Make sure black doesn't get a base. Make sure there's no counterplay. Ooh, this is getting a little scary, right? See the counterplay he has? So, gone. I thought it was gone. If I want to be sure, play here. I thought I'd take a few more points. But now I'm a little curious. If I go to kill it, what? Here? Sorry. There's
And you can
weaknesses.
play F2 instead, I think, right? No, for white, but no, I think I misread that.
So there's a weakness here that bothers me.
And if you just drop down to H2 after the cut? Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying none of these are good for white, but I am saying black really has a lot of counterplay. This very much suggests that perhaps I should have behaved myself down here. I mean, is this getting me an extra 2 points, 3 points? But I'm leaving the weakness. So there's a real question there. Oh, I'm allowed to fix. Oh, I feel so much better now. Oh, man, I feel so much better. Okay. Comes out. Now, he's picked up a nice little center area. And I get the corner in Gote. I'm not sure I've gained anything anymore. This is why I play this move now, is to make sure he can't go for the cut. And now, once he fixes, I can start a chase later if I want. I can depend on these stones. So all the way to here, I'm thinking if he cuts me, it's no big deal. All of a sudden, if he cuts me, never any more attack, and the corner's not even worth it. So time to save. Comes down. That certainly fixes the cut. Just for any viewers, I have to have this move in to make it work. And I'm not about to play that move. So now, I'm reading this stuff out. I want to attack this so bad. I'm reading this stuff out. Who wins the battle? Seems to me what black does. I don't see anything that's working here for me. Well, what about this first? Well, it's really the same thing. No difference. So none of these fill me with confidence. Now, in a lot of my videos recently, I've been talking about this reading. Keep saying read, but don't go to completion. Go to where you're comfortable. And here we have, I don't know the actual outcome, but each one I look at, way too close for comfort. Then do I have to do it? No. Then don't do it. It's really difficult. It could lose me the game, and I'm not prepared to spend all my clock time to solve this one problem that I don't even need to solve. Okay, so instead, start the attack. And it helps the fight a lot. Oh, did you just see something? Actually, I don't need to pass. That's Sente. Remember this fight that I am now making? Uh-oh, he left a hole. If he plays the move, I'm not in Atari. And next, he dies. He fixes. He dies. Ah. So perhaps this black should be here?
Hmm.
Then
Apple 16.
once that's the case, then I'll think, okay, I'm not going to kill, so I'll just take my end game whenever I want. Okay, I come in. He agrees, so he backs off and runs. Because of all this, now we see the two weak groups. Now White's job, how to work it. I have a cut here. So I read it and I read it. Well, let's just keep going here. Okay. If I go for the cut, I could die first on top. I didn't want to face this. So I play here in Sente, and he can't do that anymore. Great.
Can't you just give up those 2 stones instead? You're tired from the outside after black
I've really been
attacks.
focused on points. What moves can I make that gain me points and don't lose points? Oh, just give up the 2 stones and leave all the Aji behind. I don't know. I just don't feel prepared. And besides, I asked myself, am I hurting myself by playing this? I decided I wasn't. I mean, yes, this thickness has an effect over here, granted, but I wanted to shore things up. I mean, my entire white group doesn't have 2 eyes. I just felt this was overall very helpful. And I knew I could be wrong. I knew I could go, you shouldn't have played it. But I did. And you played a funny little tricky move, thinking you can't cut me. I looked and I go,
I
seems to me I can cut you.
completely didn't see, I don't know what was going through my mind then.
Yeah. Well, you
Yeah.
saw me playing these, I'm getting extra. You thought, well, I'm going to get extra. I'm reading your mind. Now I run out.
Yeah.
It's different. I feel that my AB situation is well in hand, and now I'm picking up the C stones in a large D area. I'm liking it. Oh, yeah. I'll save. Sure. I love saving. Yeah. I got everything. All's looking good. He comes out. I wanted to get fancy here so bad. The problem is my A group could get caught. My A group is not alive yet. So don't get fancy. Just kill the suckers. Okay. It comes out. Now, why didn't you come out the other way?
Um, I'm not sure. Where did I play?
You played here. And I really didn't understand it on any level. I don't see any weak black groups here. I don't see you getting ready for some attack. I didn't see it at all.
I'm not sure if I do either.
No.
I wasn't in my best form, that's for sure.
Now, if I got Sente and played here, and you said, that's nothing, then I get this in Sente. So there is something here, but it's certainly, I just don't see it as time or anything. So this allowed me to start the big attack. So that suggests that if you just play here, it comes down to points. And who's ahead? I'll just ask. Score estimator puts you ahead by 20. Looks somewhat accurate. I thought we were close to even. I counted up. I go, it seems to me we're like dead even. But anyway, we start the attack. He connects. I notice how he's attacking my knight's move there. So I fix the knight's move as I mess with his shape. Comes out. Well, I'll just go for the cut then. Fix the cut. Surround either the massive group or the 2 stones. So surrounding, next move, A can't get home, is completely surrounded, or I'm going to mess with B hard. Boom, boom, just an exchange, not sure why, then out. There's an issue here. What do I do? I'm cut here, right? There's this cut. So if I had gone home, it's still cut. So I have some weaknesses here. So I probe so that I can just walk along. And I fixed my cut. So that's why I'm threatening here. Like saves, my threat is good. I can get back to the attack. Boom, 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 boom. And I come in. Lots of interesting things. I play here. Now, this left Samaji. What happens if I play here? Now I give up the 2 stones. I don't care at all giving up the 2 stones. That's what I should have played. Kill them. I played here, leaving the weakness. It almost cost me the game. Now I had to read this, I had to read that, I had to read everything, and used up a lot of my clock. Finally realized, I had to read all the A situations, all the B situations, and make sure. So I offered Black an escape route, and I figured that's got to be big enough. Let's see what Score Estimator says. Black by 109. It has the entire bottom of the board dead for white. You'd like that. Okay, you save. I surround. Now, there's a lot of issues. If I save, oh, well, you just kill.
It's capture.
You can't do that. So if I save this way, there was a lot going on. I decided to save this. And now save. There's a lot of cuts. Let's just look at this one. I save. If you can cut in Sente, it still doesn't work. Maybe there was no problem. I thought there was problems. I was really paying attention here. You did say Atari. Oh, we were looking at what ifs. He resigned right about here. Yeah. And there's just no way Black can live, it seems. Well, very exciting game, George. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Lance.
Okay, viewers. Hope you got something out of it. Catch y'all later.
See ya.